I'm a 26-year-old Asian female. I recently went on a trip to Mexico and just arrived home with my fiance from my trip. Before my departure to Mexico, I was warned by many friends and families to avoid drinking the waters of Mexico during my vacation. But I recently recalled having a mixed alcoholic drink during my last trip in Mexico. The next morning after riding to the airport, I had some minor abdominal cramps, followed by 4 watery stools while on the plane back to America. It was plane back to Florida. It was so horrible. At the moment, I was experiencing fatigue, dry mouth. I didn't have a fever. However, I needed an over-the-counter medicine because I had to go back to work tomorrow. My job is to fight crime. So let's check out our local pharmacy.
Hello, thank you for choosing Stark Industry Telepharmacy. My name is Phil Colson, and I'm the pharmacist on duty today. I apologize for my look. I just got done doing a field call with a big green guy. How may I assist you today?
Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Dreaming Celestial, but my friends call me DC. I just got back from my honeymoon from Mexico. Unfortunately, I seem to have brought something back with me.
Well, first off, congratulations on the marriage. But I can see that you are quite concerned about the illness that you contracted. What is it that is troubling you?
This morning, when we were about to leave to Mexico, I began to have stomach pains, which progressed into diarrhea on the plane ride.
Oh no! That is a horrible way to end your honeymoon. I can certainly help you through this, but first I need to ask you a few index questions so that I can recommend the proper medication to you.
Thank you so much. I need to get back to work tomorrow. I have a job where I cannot really miss a day. I really should not have even went on my honeymoon.
Oh, really? What kind of career do you have?
I shouldn't have said anything. I can't really talk about it. But you could say that I watch out for you.
Very, very interesting. So, when did the symptoms begin?
Well, the cramping started this morning, but the first round of diarrhea began about 8 hours ago.
You said the first round of diarrhea. How many times have you had to use the restroom?
I think total it has been 4 times now that I had to run to the restroom. Wait a second. I think it may be a 5th time. Never mind! False alarm!
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that is certainly a lot of times. I can see why you are concerned. When you have had diarrhea, what is the consistency of the bowel movement been?
It's been extremely watery, almost explosive at times.
That is very intense indeed. What seems to make the symptoms worse?
Nothing seems to make it worse. However, I think I know the cause of the problem in the first place. So on the last night on the beach, I decided to have a mixed drink. I think it may have spelled my doom.
That certainly could be the cause of your symptoms. Water from countries such as Mexico can be very hard on Americans' GI system. Now, have you tried anything that seems to relieve the symptoms?
No, I haven't tried any medications to relieve the diarrhea. I joined you as soon as I left the airport.
That is okay. It provides us a clean slate to treat your symptoms. Do you have any health conditions that I should be aware of, such as recurrent diarrhea?
No, I do not have any health issues.
That is great that you're in good health. What medications do you take? This can include prescription, OTC, and herbal medications?
Thankfully, I do not take any medication.
All right. Well, that is certainly great. Now that we have covered those questions, I would like to ask a couple of more personal questions that will help ensure that my recommendations are appropriate for you specifically. Do you use any tobacco products?
I don't use any tobacco products.
That's very good to hear. Very good to hear. What about alcoholic beverages? I know that you had a couple on your honeymoon, but I mean, honestly, who doesn't? But how many would you say that you consume in an average week?
I don't always drink alcohol, but when I do drink, it is normally in moderation, once or twice a week.
Okay, good, good. Very interesting. Now I would like to ask you about recreational drug usage. It is okay and very important to talk to me about this, as I will make sure to keep it everything confidential.
Well, to be honest with you, I think I do take something called Venom that I received from Bruce Wayne, although I think that Bruce Banner may have made it for a guy named Venom.
Okay, well, thank you for telling me that. Although I didn't really need to know the names, although they may be helpful. Okay, I think I have enough information to make a recommendation for you. From the information you provided to me, it sounds like you have contracted traveler's diarrhea that has also caused you to have some minor dehydration.
So what does that mean for me? Is there something I can take?
Yes, there certainly is. Based on the best current medical evidence that I learned from the famed Dr. Trump, who passed on the information from Fury's Toolbox, I would recommend that you take Imodium AD, also known as loperamide. You should take an initial dose of 4 milligrams, followed by 2 milligrams after each loose stool. You should not exceed 8 milligrams per day of the medication, though.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else I can take or do?
There are some other possible treatment options, such as Pepto-Bismol, which does taste great, but in your case, it is not the best possible treatment. Additionally, you could take probiotics or bulk forming agents, but those will take much longer to improve your symptoms. Some non-pharmacological treatments are to have adequate fluid intake, as this is critical to ensure dehydration does not worsen. This will not improve the diarrhea itself, but it'll ensure that you don't have any symptoms that get worse on you, okay? The best choices are going to be clear juices and sports drinks that contain electrolytes in addition to just the water itself. Additionally, continued eating of solid foods must be maintained, and you want to avoid foods that are high in fat. You want to avoid simple sugars, and those foods that are spicy or anything that contains caffeine, as that may make your GI a little upset, okay?
Wow, those are great recommendations. Is there anything else that you think I should know?
Well, you should be aware that loperamide may cause dizziness, constipation, abdominal pain, dry mouth, and sedation. Therefore, it could worsen the side effects of venom. Loperamide should start working within about 30 minutes to an hour of administration, or 1 to 2 doses of the medication itself. Furthermore, if you experience more than 2 additional instances of diarrhea on top of the 4 that you already have, or that you do not improve within 36 hours, I would recommend that you seek medical attention.
Thank you for all of your help.
Okay, one last thing. I want to let you know that we will be adding you to the index of special individuals with powers, and every movement that you make will be watched by SHIELD.